Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Nice and clear out. And I am actually out here with the 4840 doing some bush hogging. This here is actually one of those grass CRP strips that we have. In fact, actually, if you saw my last video where I was spot spraying soybeans, that was actually right up over in that area. I think I told you about when I was at the west end of those big long rows across the ditch. There was 40 acres, and that's what this field here is. This is that 40 acres I was talking about. And right there's that drainage ditch going right down through there. And like I said before, we got a CRP strip. If I remember right, they are 60 feet wide on each side of the ditch bank. And so I'm over here on the west side now. And after August 1st, we can come out here and chop all this grass down. We like to keep it chopped down because you'd be surprised every year going through here. In fact, right there's one. You get small trees growing, and we don't want trees growing up in this. We want just grass. And so every summer I come back here and chop this. And that keeps everything all cleaned up. Trees and all that kind of stuff. Although we do have quite a bit of trouble with Canadian thistle wanting to grow. And also that poison hemlock. We get that back here growing also. So I'll get turned around here and show you right quick. There we go. Since I'm not going very fast, I'm just holding the phone in my hand. It makes it easier that way. But it's an HX14 chopper, John Deere. It's actually a double-bladed chopper, and so it does a good job. And what I mean by double-bladed, as you can see, it has 3 gearboxes. And it's, instead of having 2, well, let's see here, how's a good way to put this? Instead of having 2 blades per gearbox, it has 4. And so it has, like I say, it's basically a dual blade. You got a top blade and a bottom blade. And I think it's what they call like a stump jumper. And so you have 2 blades on each side of the stump jumper. It's kind of an oddball. In fact, when I talked to the John Deere place to get new blades lined up for it, they told me it's not very common. Well, take that back. That dual blade's not very common. Okay, I got turned around gawking, not paying any attention. I gotta get work back over a little bit closer to the field. we go. But on the chopper itself, it says it was actually made up in Canada. And the way the John Deere dealer told me when I got new blades for it, they said that's kind of what they were showing. And that's why in this area, this is kind of a rarity for a double-bladed chopper. The one nice thing with that, it definitely does a good job cutting grass. And so, a good way to put it would be to take a riding lawnmower, for example, that had three lawnmower blades, and you simply take and you double that. And so instead of having 1, 2, 3, you'd have 2, 4, 6. And basically one blade on top of the other, and they're separated by about 2 inches approximately, and that's what this chopper is. Like I say, it does a really good job cutting. What I do is I'll come back here every morning and I'll make one round. That's approximately 28 to 30 feet. The HX14 on the chopper, I'm guessing that means 14 feet wide. But the reason why I make one round every morning, I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but you get the morning dew with all the dampness and you can kind of see it over that way. You can see all the fogginess hanging in the air still, and everything is just soaking and dripping wet. That's the reason why I come back here every morning and I'll make one round, down and back. And as you can see, I'm not going very fast. I'm only running in second gear because of the heavy grass. But the reason why I come back here in the mornings is with it being wet, you're not kicking up any of that weed pollen. All the pollen's held down because it's wet. All the grass dust, even like some of those Canadian thistle I'm going through right there, I can see they're kind of seeded out. And even all that stuff is all held down because of all the moisture being on the plants. And so that's why I come back every morning and I make one round. And it'll take me a few days to do this side over here and to do the other side over there across the ditch. But I don't like all that old weed pollen. It kind of fires up my allergies, and also I don't like it all wanting to get up into the tractor, sucking right into the radiator, up into the air intake and all that kind of stuff. And so that's why I just run every morning, and it works out perfect. But yeah, right there you can see we got a patch of that Canadian thistle. Hate them dumb things. And that's why I come back here every summer after August 1st and chop all this down. That way, come a little later in the fall, by that time the grass has grew back up. And actually in this field right here, right over that way, let me see if I can zoom up on it. There we go. You can see those power poles. That's the road. And across the road, the neighbor has the same thing, although he never chops his. I'm not sure if he has it in like that Pheasants Forever or some kind of conservation deal. Reason why, that is nothing but just old sand hills. And so you're throwing your money away to try and farm it because of just old yellow sand. And every fall, and also in fact this year, when we were working here in this field planting beans, I'll get zoomed back out there. And then also when I sprayed this field, and then last fall for the past couple years when we get out here picking corn in the fall time. Oh, if I remember right, last fall I probably kicked up about anywhere from 8 to 12 nice big pheasants. And quite a few great big groups of quail, a lot of those little ground birds and that kind of stuff. And a lot of them come from the neighbor over there, and then they also like to get out here in our CRP in this grass here. So it's just a good thing for the ground birds and that kind of stuff. Okay, getting up here on the end road, getting turned around. In fact, I actually threw my head mount in the tractor with me, but like I say, since I'm going so slow, it's not too bad just holding it by hand, and I can point out different things a little bit easier. Okay, right there I'm backing up to get that little triangle, and right there, that is actually the property line right there at the edge of the grass running east and west, and that right there is actually the neighbor's. And right there's the property line. You can see the gap in between his field and ours. So yeah, that's what I'm out here doing on a nice sunny Tuesday morning. So hey, I'm going to call it an end to this video. So take care, we'll see you next time.